What is up, everybody? And welcome back. Welcome back to Fantasy Time. Welcome back to another edition of Meet on the 50. You know what it is? It is our weekly picks edition where we're going to be going over all the games ahead of us. All the games that we have ahead of us on our schedule. We're going to be giving you all of our thoughts, all of our analysis, all of our predictions, all of our expectations, all the good stuff. And we're going to do that for you right now. What is up, everybody, and welcome back. I am Jacob Carter, the fantasy guy, and you know who he is. He is always by my side, joining me, whether we are reviewing, whether we are predicting, right? He's always by my side, joining me on our weekly picks episode. One of my best friends, Brandon Sullivan. Brandon, how you doing?
It's been a long time coming since we first met in Portland.
Yeah.
I mean, we've established a show that's got on just starting to build our platform, and now we've got a podcast. You hear that? We got a podcast on Spotify and Apple Music. So go ahead and check out the podcast, because when you break it down, I feel like we're just as good as some of those so-called analysts, right? That are getting paid millions of dollars. So, we do this for fun, and we'd love for you to just tune in if you have a chance to, get on Spotify, add us, and if you don't have time to necessarily sit there and watch a video, just get in the car, go to the gym, wash your car, whatever it may be, doing the laundry, just get it going. I mean, everybody's doing parlays. We're making some good picks. I mean, we were Jake was 11-5 last week, and I was 10-6.
Yeah.
And you can put $1 down, you do a 5-game parlay, boom, $5,000. So just
listen on up, right? I mean, listen to the man. Listen to the man, right? We know what we're talking about, and I couldn't have plugged it any better myself, right? Definitely check us out on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, and remember, if at any point you like what you hear or you see, just do us a favor, right? It's just very simple, and the best part about it, it's completely free. Just smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, just tap on that bell notification. That way, anytime new videos drop or new episodes drop, you're right there. You're right there to consume the content, because we're going to be dropping content all season long. But like he alluded to as well, we had a solid bounce back week, I should say. So if you have not done so already, do us a favor, go ahead and check out our review episode. That way you can check out and see how we did last week. Also, you can check out and see and find out how the action went down last week, right? That way you can stay up to date, stay up to pace with the storylines, all that good stuff, right? But if you haven't watched the week's review episode, don't worry, okay? You don't have to do it right now, because I'm gonna help you out. Let's put it up on the screen for yourself. Last week, 10-6, 1-0 on the guaranteed victory. Just the Bills absolutely dominating Kenny Pickett and the Steelers. For myself, 11-5, 1-0 on the guaranteed victories. Solid bounce back week for us. For the season, that puts us at 43, 36, and 1. 3-2 on the guaranteed victories for yourself. For myself, 42, 37, and 1. 4-0-1 on the guaranteed victories. Boom. Right back to positivity, right back to looking solid. Let's keep the momentum going. So, do me a favor and wipe those off the screen for me. We have our buys starting this week. We have the Lions 1-4, Titans 3-2, Raiders 1-4, and Houston Texans 1-3-1 on buys this week. Some of those teams need the breaks more than others. They need to recuperate. They need to get victories coming out of those buys, but we're not going to worry about those teams, because we are going to start on Thursday night. Oh man, starting us off on Thursday night. I hope you're ready for probably what's going to be the best Thursday night game of the year. We got the Washington Dumpster Fire Commanders traveling to the Windy City of Chicago to take on the Chicago Bears. Before I ask your thoughts, we are adding a new wrinkle to the picks. I am going to add in, we're no longer doing our scores. We are just going to decide whether or not we like the over-under. So, Washington Dumpster Fire Commanders traveling to the Chicago Bears. The over-under is 38.5 points. What do you got for me?
So, the over-under, this one I think is going to go under. I don't think that the Washington Dumpster Fire Commanders or the Bears are going to score many points. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the Chicago Bears to win this game 17-10. I'm just going to pick the Bears because, I don't trust the Commanders at all. And Chicago's at home, and they kept up with the Vikings last week. So 17-10,
Yeah, not much to say on this one. I'm right there with you. Chicago at home. Let's just roll with the home team. Not much to say about either team. I'm definitely going under. If I had to, I would go 17-14. Right? There's not going to be a lot of points scored in this game. Chicago Bears handling business at home, although taking the under on this one because not trusting either of those two teams. Moving on to Sunday morning, and it looks like we have your team leading us off this week. So starting us off on Sunday morning, we got the San Francisco 49ers traveling again. Well, not too far this time because they're already on the East Coast, but traveling down south to Georgia, to the Peach State, to the Mercedes-Benz Dome, to take on the Atlanta Falcons. What do you got for me? Over under on this one, 43.5.
I'm going to go over on this one.
Ooh.
I think that, the San Francisco 49ers are going to be able to, beat Atlanta. And I do think they're staying on the I do think they're staying on the East Coast. I don't think they're traveling back. From what I understand, they are somewhere in Virginia or Georgia. They're staying on the East Coast, so they're not traveling back. So shouldn't be much of a flight or bus ride for them at all. I do think that Atlanta's able to put up some points, but I am going to take San Francisco in this one, 31-24.
Ooh, I like it. Yeah, this game is going to be interesting. We got two teams. We got the Niners coming off that big win against the Carolina Panthers. Then we got the Atlanta Falcons coming off that heartbreaking loss against the Buccaneers. Something has got to give, right? There's a lot of push on both ends. Something has got to give. And unfortunately, this time around, obviously I'm rooting for them. But I just see it, and I could see it clear as day. I'm going Atlanta Falcons 23-20, taking the under here. I think the Atlanta Falcons, after all the little malarkey BS that they've had to deal with, I think they steal one here from San Francisco. I think the defense plays great, but I see a Jimmy G kind of flat performance here. Obviously, I hope I'm wrong, rooting for the Niners here. But Atlanta Falcons, I think they end up handling business here at home, 23-20, but they go under on the over-under. Next up, we got the New England Patriots, who are just a snoozer of a team this year. Third string quarterback in, basically, traveling down to Ohio, to Cleveland, to take on the Cleveland Dukies. What do you got for me? Over under on this one, 42.5 points.
Not a good game at all. I'm gonna go under. I think that the Patriots, you know what? This one's tough for me, but I'm just going to say since Cleveland's at home, which is another team, I feel like Cleveland always plays at home. 21-17. I think Cleveland's able to beat the Patriots 21-17. It's a pretty close game. I think Nick Chubb I think he's going to get, I think the Chubbster's going to get going. Chubbster. I think that they're going to do just enough against that Patriots defense to seal the victory and to bounce back from last week's loss. So I'm going to go with the Browns, 21-17.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I was kind of on the fence with this one as well, but I can't go against what I said. I went with the Cleveland Dukies. They let me down. I can never rock with the Cleveland Dukies again, no matter if I want to. I might take the L in this one, but we're going New England Patriots. We're going over. We're going 30-27. I think the New England Patriots and Bailey Zappi, who actually produces points for this offense, apparently, something that Mac Jones apparently doesn't know how to do. So Bailey Zappi, I think he goes off in Cleveland. I think the Cleveland Browns running game goes off against that shoddy New England defense, and that's very crazy to say with Bill Belichick and his son being the defensive coordinator and Bill Belichick being the defensive mind that he is. But that defense is not good, right? Other than against a performance against the Lions, but we'll see what happens. But the New England Patriots handling business on the road against the Cleveland Browns, and I need a loss here. I need losses in the AFC North because of the Bengals. The setbacks, of course. New England Patriots, 30-27. Taking the over on this one. Let's see what happens. Next up, we got my guy. We got the guy, the one and only, Mr. Z. Willie Wilson, traveling to the cheese state of Wisconsin to take on Aaron and the Green Bay Packers. What do you got for me? Over under on this one, 46.5 points.
So this one I'm going over. I think Green Bay is going to play well at home, but I think the Jets will keep pace. I know that they were able to put up 40 points last weekend, so that they are able to score too. But I am going to say Green Bay wins in a big bounce back game. I think they win this one 28-24.
Ooh. Let's go, baby, but we didn't get the team. Let's go. We got the score. Didn't get the team. I can't go against my guy. I can't go against my guy. He is going to go into Lambeau. And, yeah, he's going to get it done. You heard it here first. Z. Willie Wilson travels into Lambeau Field on Sunday and defeats Aaron and the Green Bay Packers 28-24. Oh, if only. Definitely taking the over on this one. I'm hoping for an exciting game. The Jets team looks good. Those 3 first-round picks that they got last year are NFL ready. Sauce Gardner looks amazing. Zach Wilson kind of coming into his own. Breece Hall, that running back, looks great. Michael Carter coming into his own. Corey Davis performing well. That defense, everybody else in that defense besides Sauce is playing well. So why not? Let's roll with the Jets. Jets. The New York Jets handling business on the road in Lambeau, 28-24, taking the over. Next up, we got the abysmal Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to Lucas Oil Stadium to take on the Indianapolis the Indianapolis miniature horses, because they for sure ain't a big horse. That's for sure. We got the abysmal Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to Indianapolis, take on the Indianapolis mini horses. Over under on this one, 41.5 points. What do you got for me?
I'm going under on this one. I think that the Colts are able to snatch victory from the hands of defeat at the end of this game. I think that it's going to be a tied game, 17-17, and Matt Ryan's going to lead them down the field and win this one 20-17.
Man, was hoping for the touchdown. We were right there. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm going Colts. I'm going 24-17. Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence, very flat, very, just not very fun to watch at the moment. Hopefully that changes. I do think the Colts do enough to earn the victory at home. If you go back to the season series, which I have, they basically have split every single year for the last 8 or 9 years. So the Jacksonville Jaguars won the first one. I expect the Colts to win this one 24-17. Going under, though, on the over-under. Next up, we got the 4-1 Minnesota Vikings traveling down to the sunny state of Florida, to the city of Miami, to South Beach to take on the Miami Dolphins. What do you got for me? Over under on this one, 45.5 points.
I'm going to go under just barely. I think that Minnesota is able to win this one. I think that, the Dolphins, like you said, are crippled. I think Minnesota is able to run the ball well. I think that, their defense it plays good. And I think they're going to win this one 28-17.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Vikings. Vikings, man, I think you said it best in our review episode. Basically, the Vikings are one of the only teams I see that really control their own destiny. They are the ones who decide whether they win or lose games, not the other team. It doesn't matter if the other team plays well. It's whether or not the Vikings do enough to basically get out of their own way to win games, or not win games, I should say, right? So the Minnesota Vikings off to a great start this season. Miami hurt. I don't know what's going to happen with Tua. Tyreek in a walking boot. Teddy Bridgewater concussion. Man, what a few weeks does to your team. Minnesota Vikings 24-10, taking the under on this one. But I got the Minnesota Vikings advancing to 5-1 on the road. Next up, we got the Cincinnati Bengals, who need a bounce back win in a big way. Traveling down to the Bayou, traveling down to New Orleans, traveling down to Bourbon Street, traveling down to the Superdome. All right, I'll keep going. And just kidding, I won't. Let's get on with it. Cincinnati Bengals traveling down to New Orleans to take on the New Orleans Saints. What do you got for me? Over under 43.5 points.
Well, I'm definitely going over. I foresee a high-scoring game. I think the Bengals, they should have won last week. They should have won those first 2 weeks as well. I think they should be 5-0. It's unfortunate they're sitting at 2-3, but that is what sometimes the Super Bowl hangover will do to you. But chance to redeem themselves and to beat a pretty decent New Orleans Saints team at home where it's always hard to win. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Bengals. I think the Bengals win this one 34-27.
Yeah, I fully expect the Bengals to bounce back here. I'm right there with you. I do expect a high-scoring game. I'm going the over as well. I'm going Cincinnati Bengals 31-23. Andy Dalton getting a chance to play his former team again, right? If Jameis is still sidelined, which I think he may be. We'll see what happens. Andy obviously is going to want to make a statement. Let's see what the Bengals can do. Let's see if they can basically not allow him to make a statement. And the Bengals need to make a statement themselves after just an abysmal ending to that game, just a crumbling to that game. So Cincinnati Bengals get a big bounce back win here, 31-23. Definitely taking the over. We need it. We need it. Next up, we got the Baltimore Ravens traveling to the Big Apple to cross one of the bridges. I believe it is the Queens Bridge to get to New Jersey, to travel to play in MetLife to take on the New York G-Men, the New York Football Giants. What do you got for me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's the over-under?
Oh, good one. Over-under on this one is 44.5 points.
I'm going over.
Oh, okay.
I think the Ravens are gonna. I think the Ravens are gonna continue. I think they're gonna build off of that win. I think Lamar Jackson, is gonna be able to kind of get going over there. He's got some wheels, and the Giants' defense isn't the best. But I mean, obviously, I think the Giants are also going to score some points. But I am going to take the Ravens. I think that it's close throughout the game, and I think they stretch out a little bit in the fourth quarter. Too much for the Giants to overcome. I am going to pick the Ravens in this one, 31-21.
Ooh, I like it. Yeah, I'm getting on the hype train, all right? Just get me on the hype train. I'm hopping on the G-Men hype train. I'm hopping on the Brian Dable hype train. Danny Dimes, let's see what you got. I need a victory here, right? I need these AFC North teams to lose, so I'm rocking with the New York Football Giants. We're going 24-21. I'm taking the over. A big win. If the Giants can do this would be another huge win on the season, only building their confidence more. And the Giants, man, who would have thought? So this game, I think, like you said, I do expect it to be close down the stretch. I expect it to go the other way. I expect the Giants, just because they are at home, going to get that little boost from the crowd. I do expect that crowd to be kind of amplified, amped up. 4-1 hasn't happened for a long time. So I do expect the New York Giants to go in there, handle business at home, 24-21, obviously taking the over in this one. Next up, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to the Steel City of Pennsylvania, or Steel State of Pennsylvania, to the Steel City of Pittsburgh to take on. I mean, we already know what they are. I don't want to call them that. We'll be nice to them today. To take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Over under on this one, 43.5 points. What do you got for me?
Yeah, no. I'm gonna go under. I think that and also guaranteed victory. I'm going to continue rolling with, I'm sorry to pick on you, Pittsburgh, but you're just going to get picked on, and that's just how it's going to go. We're just going to try to keep this easy and simple so I can get my guaranteed victories back up. Let that laugh fly, let it roll, okay? I'm going to take simple, very simple. Not much to say about this game. Pittsburgh sucks. I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 28-10.
Oh, man, so close, but we got We got a double guaranteed victory. That makes it a back-to-back week. Double guaranteed victory. We're going double guaranteed victory here. We were 1 point off, though. I'm going Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 27-10. Taking the under here. Kenny Pickett, rough outing against the Bills. I don't expect it to get any better against the Bucs. Pittsburgh, maybe finally heading towards that losing record. One may hope. I hope. Let's see what happens. Tampa Bay Buccaneers handle business on the road, not at home, on the road, 27-10. Double guaranteed victory, baby. Moving on to Sunday afternoon, we got the Carolina Panthers. Who knows what's going to happen with them? The Carolina Panthers traveling to Los Angeles to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Over under 40.5 points. What do you got for me?
I'm going under. But I do think the Rams win this game. I don't like what I saw out of Carolina. The Rams are at home once again. I mean, they get all 18 games at home too. 27-13, the Rams beat the Carolina Panthers. It's just the Rams defense does enough and holds the Panthers out, holds them to 13 points. I think a bounce back win for the Rams. This is an easy opponent for them to feast on. So 27-13 Rams.
Yeah, yeah, this one, kind of like just kind of like just a snoozer, I would say, honestly. I'm gonna go with the Rams as well, just because they are at home. I'm gonna go 28-10. I'm gonna go 6 more points than what was scored last week with a different result, but I'm going Los Angeles Rams 28-10. Definitely taking the under here. Carolina Panthers, PJ Walker, if you remember him from XFL, right? Solid quarterback. I don't know how he's gonna do. We'll see what happens. Steve Wilkes, what is he going to look like as the coach? I don't know. We'll find out. But I'm going with the Los Angeles Rams 28-10, handling business at home. Next up, we got a division matchup. I should say another. Next up, we got a division matchup between the Arizona Cardinals traveling up to Washington to the city of Seattle to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Over-under on this one, 51.5 points.
I am going over. I think that this is a close game, but I think in the end, I'm not going to pick Seattle. Come on now, you know better than that. You got this far on the podcast, on your Spotify, on your iPhone 13. You should get the 14. It's better. Yeah. It's just a better phone. It's got a better camera, but I am going to pick. You heard it first through your Apple AirPods. The Arizona Cardinals, 31-24.
Yeah. It's this game. I think there's going to be a lot of fireworks, especially based on how, Seattle's kind of playing this year, hanging tough. Geno looking good. Kyler Murray, who knows what Kyler Murray you're going to get each week? Who knows what Cliff Kingsbury you're going to get each week? I believe this is the last week for DeAndre Hopkins' suspension. So with that being said, I am going to go with Geno Smith. I'm going to go with Geno Hasselback. I'm going to go with Geno Wilson. I think, he is going to handle business on the road, at home, with that 12th man. Arizona, not feeling them. Like the black helmets, like the black jerseys.
You're going to be after they win on Sunday. You're going to be feeling them a little bit more. After they win and... So you just forfeited a win, and you just screwed up your right. That's fine. You want to just take a loss, then that's fine.
We'll see what happens. Going the over, 35-24. Kyler Murray could be well on his way, done with the NFC West at the end of the season. We'll find out. Seattle Seahawks handle business at home, 35-24. Moving on to the prime time afternoon game, the one that everybody's looking forward to, the one that it's all circled on everybody's calendars, the rematch. Can they get some sort of revenge, right? We have the Buffalo Bills traveling to Arrowhead to rematch the Kansas City Chiefs in an AFC divisional round rematch. Over under on this one, 53.5 points. What do you got for me?
Well, this one is 100% going over. So anybody listening to this in time, go ahead and place your bets. This one is going over. That's not even a question. I can't even believe that somebody would think it's going to be less than that score. And if you do, I'm signing off for the night. I'm picking the Buffalo Bills here. I think the Buffalo Bills are able. It was a tough one for me. I was going back and forth in my head, but just from what I saw from the Chiefs, I know they played well, but they cannot make the same mistakes and be down 17-0 to the Bills and think they're going to come back. So I'm going to take the Bills in this one, in a close one. I think the Bills, are able to continue to. I think that the Chiefs are chasing them throughout the game. So I'm going to pick the Bills in this one, 42-38.
Yeah, close game there. I like it. I'm going to go with the Bills as well. I'm taking the over as well. I think the Bills, clearly best team in the AFC. Josh Allen clearly top quarterback in the AFC at the moment. Gabe Davis, Stephon Diggs, right? Devin Singletary looking good. That defense looking good. So I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills here, getting their revenge in Arrowhead, quieting that Arrowhead crowd, 45-32. Definitely taking the over here. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know who's taking the under, and if they do go under, man, that person is going to win a lot of money. That is for sure. But I'm going Buffalo Bills to continue to do what they do, and that's just roll and roll on. So Buffalo Bills handling business on the road, getting a big statement win early on in the season. And moving on to Sunday night, we got another prime time battle right here for the week. We got the 4-1 Dallas Cowboys traveling to the city of brotherly love of Philadelphia to take on the 5-0 division rival Philadelphia Eagles. Over under on this one, 42.5. What do you got for me?
Well, I'm going to go over on this one. I think that, this is going to be a really good game. Cooper Rush has been playing well. Jalen Hurts has been playing well. Both defenses are pretty solid. You know what? I'm going to go with the upset here. I'm going to pick the Cowboys.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to roll with the Cowboys. I just think it's the right thing to do. I think that, I think a lot of people are going to overlook the Cowboys like they did last week. I think the Eagles are due for a loss. At some point, it's going to happen. They're not going to go, 17-0 and be the first team to go to the Super Bowl and win, have 20 wins and go 20-0 and do what Brady couldn't do. They're going to lose at some point. So I think it's going to be this week. I think the Cowboys win this game 24-20.
Yeah, this has it. It's set up, right? It's set up for the Cowboys to go into Philadelphia and handle business and basically make that division even across the board. We shall see what happens. I'm excited for this matchup. This is going to be the true test of both Dallas and Philadelphia in terms of that defense, right? Dan Quinn, let's see what he can draw up. Let's see what that Philly defense, right? Let's see what they can draw up. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a very interesting chess match. I think it's going to be a defensive chess match. I think Jalen Hurts is the X factor here, although Cooper Rush obviously is being a very efficient game manager. So we'll see what happens. I mean, is Jalen Hurts running gun going to outduel kind of Cooper Rush's game management style? So we'll see. I'm very interested to see what happens in this game, but I'm going to go with the undefeated team. I'm rocking with them all year. So far, I'm not going to turn away. I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles, 27-17, a 10-point victory. Definitely taking the under on this one. Philadelphia Eagles moving to 6-0, handling business at home on Sunday night, and our last game moving on to Monday. We got the Denver Donkeys traveling to Los Angeles as well to take on the Los Angeles Chargers of San Diego. What do you got for me? Over under 45.5 points.
I'm going to go under on this one. I think that the Chargers, the reason why I'm going under, it just seems like the Broncos can't produce any offense at all. I'm going to roll with the Chargers in this game. Not much to say. I think the Chargers handle business at home. I am going to pick the what was the over under again?
Over under was 45.5 points.
Okay, perfect. I'm picking the Chargers 24-17.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same line as you. I do not see this game even getting remotely near 45.5 points. I don't know who set that line. That is bananas. Because we all know that the Denver Donkeys are only good for 9 points, aside from a free 2 points that they might get from the opposing quarterback. So I don't know what they think this offense is going to come from. I am expecting a low-scoring game. I'm going Los Angeles Chargers 28-12. Justin Herbert needs another victory. I think he gets a victory, a big division victory here, and they need it. Chargers need a win. They had a big win against the Cleveland Dukies over the weekend, almost choked it away, Brandon Staley almost looking like a donkey. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going Los Angeles Chargers of San Diego, 28-12. Definitely taking the under on this one. And what one can only hope is at least a halfway decent Monday Night Football game. And that is going to do it for this week's edition of Meat on the 50. Remember to check out our weekly review episode, now up on YouTube, now up on Facebook, now up on Spotify, and up on Apple Podcasts. It is now even easier to check out all of our episodes week in and week out. We want to make it as convenient for you as possible, right? As always, Brandon and I want to thank you, our viewers, our listeners, for taking the time, for just riding with us, right? Listen to what we have to say, breaking down all the games with your thoughts, your analysis, your predictions, all that good stuff in your head while you listen along with us, right? Let us know what you think, right? Comment down below. Let us know what you are expecting, right? Reach out to us directly. Just let us know what you are expecting from this week of football. We want to hear from you. We want to engage with you. So don't be shy. Do not be shy, because if you haven't noticed by now, we love to talk football. We love to talk sports. So we would never shy away from that at all. Brandon, any last words for the people?
Just hoping that our, we have just as good of a week as we did last, and, hoping for some good football content this weekend, even though we probably won't see much.
Yeah, we'll see what we get this weekend. Usually, I will say this, usually when the games look bad on paper, they usually end up turning out a little bit better in person, in reality. We'll see what happens there. I am excited to watch these games as well.
I'm not sure if we'll be able to watch them.
Well, we're going to be able to watch them, but we're going to be in a certain actually different part of the country, and we will actually share with you that next week, because we actually have a very special episode of Fantasy Time coming at you guys next week, and Brandon and I are super excited to share it with you guys, and we're not going to give away any secrets. We're going to keep this one sealed, lid tight. So we hope you guys have enjoyed, and remember, you guys can check us out. We're gonna plug it all episode long. Check us out on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on YouTube, on Facebook, right? Anywhere where you get the content, we are there for you to consume it. So please do us a favor. If at any point you like this video, you like what you're listening to, you like what you hear, do us a favor and smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, just tap on that bell notification. That way, anytime new videos drop, new content drops, new episodes drop, you're right there to consume the content, because Brandon and I are going to be dropping videos and content all season long. That's going to do it. That is going to do it for us here at Fantasy Time for this edition of Meat on the 50. I am your host, Jacob Cutler, the Fantasy Guy. That is one of my best friends, Brandon Sullivan. And until next time, Brandon and Jake are out.